Hey, welcome back to the channel, and we are back with another video. Today, I wanted to take a look at 5 fragrances in my collection that have sadly been discontinued. These are 5 of my favorite fragrances that, for whatever reason, the company decided to stop producing them. All 5 of these make zero sense to me. They're some of my favorite fragrances, and why they would discontinue it, I'm not really sure. Could be sales, could be ingredients used, who knows? That's why they get paid the big bucks. We may never know, but if you wait till the end of the video, the last fragrance that we talk about could be the best discontinued fragrance ever. So let's get into the list. So the first scent that we're talking about is from Abercrombie & Fitch, and that scent is Fierce Intense. Now, Fierce, the original Fierce, is pretty much widely available. There's other fragrances that smell similar to this. Niche versions are Percival from Parfums de Marly. This, to me, is the best formulation of this DNA, the Fierce DNA, that I've ever smelled. This is incredible. Musk, sea notes, watermelon, and sage. It has this aromatic fougere feel to it. It's masculine. It's classic. It's going to be familiar. It smells like you just walked into an Abercrombie & Fitch, but hey, I have a lot of nostalgia for that store. They've made a turnaround. I actually buy clothes there again. So I would say that Fierce Intense is one of those fragrances that is just going to be super versatile, really easy to wear. It's going to be a familiar fragrance for a lot of people, and that could be hit or miss. For example, I tell the story, one of my good friends' wives, once I told her that her husband's Mont Blanc Legend smelled like Abercrombie & Fitch, kind of changed her perspective, so to speak, of that fragrance. So a lot of times people have scent memory tied to certain fragrances, and obviously the Fierce DNA, the Abercrombie & Fitch DNA, was widely popular for a very long time. A lot of guys wore it. I don't care. This stuff is incredible. Still love it to this day. I get really good longevity. This is a true intense version of the original. Incredible scent, Abercrombie & Fitch, Fierce Intense. This next one is no exception. Another head scratcher. Why YSL Eau Fraiche? And I was going to say why discontinue this, but makes no sense. Absolutely love this bottle, the frosted bottle. This is one of the best warm weather freshies I've ever put my nose on. Lemon, ginger, pepper, mint, lavender. It's incredible. It's really complex, and it smells unlike any other Y fragrance in that entire line. This is my favorite. That's going to be controversial. I know people like the Eau de Parfum. I know people like the Le Parfum. It's one of those fragrances that, at least in its dry down, it's going to get a little bit more mass appealing, but that opening is so fresh. The ginger just comes alive. It's effervescent. It sparkles. One of the best blue, fresh fragrances that I like to reach for on those really hot days. As I said, the bottle, it kind of evokes an ice cube cooling off, and just it adds this really refreshing element to your fragrance. On those oppressive hot days, this comes alive and it works beautifully. I get pretty good performance from it. It actually projects really nicely for the first hour or so. That ginger really captures people's attention. But what I really enjoy about this as well, that doesn't get enough sort of love, is the dry down. Some people think the dry down just smells kind of generic. I personally love it. I think it smells like a really high quality shower gel, which I don't, believe it or not, have a lot of fragrances that just smell like straight up shower gel. This one kind of scratches that itch for me. Incredible stuff. YSLY Eau Fraiche. It goes without saying that I have the absolute best subscribers ever, and I'm so humbled when someone thinks of me to want to send me something and as a gift or just try it. This is one of those fragrances that was kindly sent to me by my subscriber, Benjamin, and I am incredibly appreciative that he sent this my way, because I absolutely fell in love with this fragrance once I got it. Scent we are talking about is Carolina Herrera's CH Men Privé. And I'm not even going to spray this one because that's all the juice that's left. This is from the original, I want to say 2014 or 2015 formulation of this scent. Man, if you guys haven't smelled this one, you really need to. Incredible. Boozy, seductive, masculine. Some of the notes in here: whiskey, cardamom, leather. If I'm going out to meet friends or if I'm going out to dinner, it's a night out scent for me. So I want to reach for this one pretty much every single time I'm getting dressed up to go out for the night. I don't because I have a lot of fragrances and I want to try them all and wear them in different situations. But that's kind of what I think of when I want to put this one on. It has a really nice dry down. There's some tonka bean in there. It's a little bit vanillic, gets a little powdery, which I really enjoy. It's just a really masculine, attractive fragrance. I personally enjoy smelling this one. My wife really enjoys this one. She likes the woody, sort of boozy notes here with that leather. Leather is one of her favorite notes in fragrance. It's just a really complex, well done, all encompassing scent for a guy going out at night. And it's not too sweet like every other new fragrance that's hitting the market. It's just a perfect balance of everything. I get pretty good longevity from it, actually, really good longevity. I know longevity was a criticism of this one as it was reformulated over the years. I think you can still get this one. Any of these that I find on legitimate websites, I'll link down below. One of my favorites, CH Men Privé from Carolina Herrera. We're nearing the end of the list where I'm going to eventually get to the one that I think is the biggest crime against fragrance enthusiasts ever committed by discontinuing. But this next one is right up there. Scent we're talking about is John Varvatos Dark Rebel. And this one, guys, I mean, why, John Varvatos? Why? Much like the CH Men Privé, this one, again, has leather. It has the boozy notes. There's a tobacco note here. This smells really authentic. Like the booziness here is very authentic smelling. However, it's counterbalanced with some nice sweetness. This is a dark fragrance, and a lot of reviews that talk about this fragrance talk about how dark it is, but I think it might be a bit misleading. This is more mass appealing than I think it gets credit for. There's Mexican vanilla in here, whatever that is. Apparently Mexico has their own vanilla. It smells fantastic. This is one that I definitely seem to reach for on really cold days. If I'm wearing leather, like I have a nice leather jacket, brown leather jacket that I wear, I find myself wanting to reach for this one. It just has a lot of edge to it. It's a bold fragrance. It's unapologetic. And the only, I would say, knock I would give this one is performance, much like all of the John Varvatos fragrances. They don't perform very well. One of my favorites, you guys would fall out of your chair if I told you what I paid for this. It's not what you think. I found this at a Burlington for under $15, red stickered. So an absolutely incredible steal of a fragrance. This is selling on eBay now, probably in the $200 range. I don't know. It's been a while since I checked. So is it worth that? Probably not, but still one of those fragrances that I'm really happy to have in the collection, and I appreciate owning it. It's an incredible scent. Why, John Varvatos? Why did you discontinue this? I love this one, guys. John Varvatos, Dark Rebel. Finally, the fragrance we've all been waiting for. The best discontinued fragrance, in my opinion, ever. I haven't smelled everything, but I have smelled this, and I don't want to let it go. Scent we are talking about is Acqua di Gio's Profumo. And I don't know if you can see how much I have left there. It's kind of hard to see. I can see it floating around in there. There's a nice dent in here. And I don't want to let this one go, as I said. This stuff, guys, marine, aquatic, salty. Oh, man. There's nothing that can touch this. I know that the Parfum came out not too long ago. Some people were comparing this to the Parfum. I don't get the comparison. I just don't. This has far more patchouli, which is what darkens up the Acqua di Gio DNA. You would think something as simple as adding patchouli would not really change the fragrance that much, but it really truly does. It makes this more elegant, more upscale, more elevated, more versatile. It's more classy. It's everything. It checks all the boxes for me. This could be a signature scent. The first time I ever smelled it, I said, wow. I used to wear a lot of Acqua di Gio back in the day, and it still retains, obviously, that original DNA, but it does its own thing, and it does it better. Let's call it what it is. Much better than what the original does, at least these days. The fact that this was discontinued is an absolute sin, in my opinion. Makes no sense. And one of the best surprises ever would be this coming back in its original formulation and just cutting all the bull and just giving the people what they want, because there's nothing in the Acqua di Gio line right now that is as good as this fragrance. Now, last time I checked, you can still get it. I haven't smelled, full disclosure, I haven't smelled newer formulations. They were available. You could still buy a bottle of this. And I was actually telling people, try to get your nose on it and buy that over the Parfum, because the Parfum is not a bad fragrance. I was massively let down because everything I had heard was that it is a direct competitor or essentially a replacement for Profumo, and I just didn't see it. It's unforgettable. It truly is in my top 10. It's a 10 out of 10 masterpiece fragrance, and maybe the best ever released from or in the Acqua di Gio line. So incredible stuff. Love it. Acqua di Gio Profumo. That's all I have today, guys. 5 discontinued fragrances in my collection that I absolutely love, and I would love to know what you guys think. What are your favorite discontinued fragrances? Drop them in the comment section down below. But if you like what you saw today, please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Hit that bell notification so you are updated whenever I upload new content. But until then, have a fantastic day, and I'll see you in the next video.